Hi, good morning. Happy Saturday, everyone. I hope you're all having a great day. And I wanted to come on and talk about this deck a little bit. This is my most recent acquisition. This is the Isidore Tarot, the Sea and Sand edition from Bethalynne BAJEMA. And I know this has apparently been out for 3 years or so now, but I just got it. It's also known as the Spring Edition 2018, but it came out again. She releases it apparently seasonally, so it's not offered year-round. I think she only has this one up for sale during the spring and summer. I think September was like the cutoff before, but that's in a normal year, and we'll get to that. But there is also a third edition of the deck with the original coloring, which is different. She describes it as crimsons and soft golds. This is greens, as you can see, kind of green and like sand colored, and you know, sort of got a real beachy feel to it. There were a couple of choices of packaging. One was just this, just the book and the deck and the little tuck box. And then there was one that comes in a tin, but that was like twice the price. And I'm not sure what else it included. I think there was some other stuff thrown in with it, but I decided I could live without that for, you know, this was $30. The other one was going for, I think, $60 or so. So I decided to live with this. So as I said, this is not a normal year for Bethalynne, unfortunately. She is going through some very serious health issues right now and has had to close down her shop for the time being. I was lucky. I seem to have got my order in right before the decision was made to shut down. I put it in July 31st, and she posted the closing notice on August 12th. But it took 3 weeks for the deck to get to me. I just got it the 21st. I guess her husband is scrambling, trying to fill all the outstanding orders and finish everything up right now, and I'm sure he has a day job as well. So, you know, it's totally understandable that it took a while to get it. So I sincerely wish her better days and good health again. She's done a number of decks over the years, some very interesting ones, so I hope she will be, I hope they'll figure out what's going on with her and be able to help her out. And I'll put all the links to her site and whatnot down below. Now that said, it appears you can still order the second edition in the crimson gold color scheme through makeplayingcards.com, and I will put that link down below as well. Now I believe, and I'm not entirely sure about this, so you may want to check with them, but I think if you order through them, it will come directly from them, and so you won't have to bother Bethalynne and her husband to get the deck if you want it. If that's not the case, somebody please let me know. I've never ordered from them, so I have no first-hand experience with Make Playing Cards. So anyway, on to the deck. It uses the art of J.J. Granville, who was a French caricaturist, and his full name was Jean-Ignace Isidore Girard. Isidore being one of his middle names, which is where the name of the deck comes from. Granville was apparently his grandparents' stage name. It was some kind of theatrical family. So, as I'm sure most of you know, his art is very surreal, and it metamorphoses, you know, it puts animal heads onto human bodies. And this is the same artist that Baba Studios used for their Fantastic Menagerie deck. Now, I have a little announcement about that, because apparently, if you've been hoping to score a copy of that long out-of-print deck, there is good news. Karen Mahoney came back around to an old Instagram post about 2 weeks ago to say that they hope to reprint that deck very soon, quote unquote. Excuse me. So if you follow them on Instagram, the post that she said this on, or at least the one that I saw, I don't know if she's said it anyplace else, is dated February 8th, 2018. And she suddenly popped up a couple weeks ago and replied to my comment and someone else's comments about regretting not being able to get a copy of the deck by saying they're working on a reprint. So happy dance, everybody. Someone else commented it needs to come back, and she said it is likely to happen. No time frame, but let me show you. Here's the actual post on Instagram. I don't know if we can... So yeah, figure it'll focus. Come on. February 8th, 2018, and then she says right here, we do hope to do a new version quite soon. That was 2 weeks ago. The original post was 80 weeks ago. So this is brand new information. So anyway, let's take a look at this deck. So like I said, I got just the little white tuck box, which is not great, and I don't know if they get it from MakePlayingCards.com themselves or what, but they just kind of stuck this on the front and it's already come off. So that's fine. I'm actually going to use this cute fabric here to make some tarot bags and I don't know, zippered pouches or something, but anyway, it's cute. You know, it's got gold stars and mermaids and narwhals on it, and it's real cute. So I think that'll make a nice bag for the deck. So the book is kind of basic. It's just got black and white pictures of all the cards with some fairly standard meanings, and she goes into a little bit about Granville's name, and some background on him in here. So if you want to read that, you can probably pull it up on Wikipedia too. So that's it. I mean, there's no spreads or anything else in the book, so I don't know. You could maybe pass on getting the book if you wanted. So all that rambling, let's finally get to the cards. So I really love this color scheme though. I like this, like I said, it's a Sea and Sand Spring Edition. I guess hopefully they'll have it up for sale again next year if Bethalynne's doing okay. And here's the Fool. I kind of, you know, bought this thinking, well, I'm never going to get the Fantastic Menagerie, but this is Granville's art, so I'll have to settle for this, I guess. I mean, not settle for it. I mean, if you like this kind of thing, this seemed like the only option. Although I have looked and looked and looked at this High Priestess. I mean, I pulled out a magnifying glass to try to figure out what the deal is with her head. The closest I can figure from looking at some of the later, some of the cards further on, is that it's a falcon and it's got like one of those hoods over its head like they do in falconry. I don't know. But those do show up a lot later. So if you like this surreal art, and I'm really loving this deck. There's all kinds of crazy stuff in it. So here's like one of the falcons I was talking about, with the little hood over its head. I guess they do that. I don't know if they do that to keep the birds calm, or I don't know anything about falconry, so if you do, feel free to enlighten me. The Hierophant. Now this is kind of weird because both of these guys appear to be wearing masks. You can see like the little strings going around their heads right here. And then here. So kind of crazy. And these two are described as automatons. So like they would crank them up or set them in motion somehow, the lovers. And those were, of course, all the rage at the time. And Granville lived in the early part of the 19th century. I think he died around 1847. He was pretty young. He was in his early 40s, which is very sad. Got some kind of two-headed beast here, a unicorn and a lion. It's got lion paws in the back and horse's hooves in the front. Wheel of Fortune. It's got little hats going around with different years underneath them. Like, which is very weird. I don't know if they are years. I don't think they can be, because this one looks like it says 1992. So maybe it's a style number. Oh, you want style 1875? Okay, here you go. I just love these colors. He looks pretty happy for a hanged bunny or whatever he is. Not quite sure if that's like, I guess kind of looks like bunny legs. I think it's a bunny. I don't know what you call these kind of beetles. Some kind of a horned beetle or something. Granville was quite the artist. Such fine line art. Looks like a dragonfly turned into a sword. And Temperance looks like a giraffe. And the devil. Looks like the Markhor horns, like on the Thoth deck. You see? I think it's one of the queens. I'm forgetting now. I don't know why they're walking around with those giant things on their heads. Or speakers, like a gramophone or something. Did they have those back then? Early 1840s? Like the star. Reminds me of the Scarecrow from Wizard of Oz, but of course that didn't come until much later. Not sure what that is. I've got all kinds of telescopes arrayed here to look at the stars. And these two, I think, look like they're wearing masks as well. Come on. Oh, this is going to be a long video. Sorry, I've been all that gabbing in the beginning. Some sort of little tiny creature on there. I can't really tell what it is. Guess that's the closest I can get there. I have to pull out the magnifying glass later. Like Mother Goose in the middle for the world. We got a cross between Cthulhu and the Happy Squirrel. Ace of Pentacles. So the miners, or some of them are kind of pippish. think it's that weird beetle again. Yeah, I think there's enough Rider-Waite-Smith imagery to get you through. 6 of, what do they call this? Yeah, coins. Seven with the grasshopper. That's interesting. I just went out and refilled the hummingbird feeder on my back deck and spooked a grasshopper. I don't know what he's doing up here on the second floor deck. And here we've got the falcon again with that weird hood on its head. I'm going to have to look up what that's all about. I guess that was popular back when when Granville was around. Falconry. I don't know how many people are into it these days. I'm sure it still exists, but not something I've ever taken part in. So that's our page of coins. Knight. Not too sure what he's riding there. Queen of coins. Ace of Cups, like we saw on top of the heads of the people in the tower. Interesting. That's Two of Cups. There's a 3. Somebody's singing, 2 of them playing instruments. Hope you like bugs. Knight of Cups. Another one of these weird chimerical half lion, half sea monster. Ace of Swords. These look like shrimp forks to me. Yeah, stick a fork in me because I'm done. Come on. Yeah, no idea. And here's that lovely weird beetle again. I have to look up what that thing is. I don't know. I'm not one of those, what do you call people who like bugs? Entomologist? Yeah, I'm not really into that. And our wands. Now this retains a little more of the original coloring from the original deck. It's got more of the crimson. It's kind of interesting that they did that. I wonder if that was intentional or... if I got a mixed deck. I'll run over and take a quick look on my computer before I finish this. Come on, focus. Eight of Wands, instantly recognizable. Knight of Wands, riding a turtle. And the King. I'm just going to run over and check real quick and see if, I mean the backs are all the same, so I guess it's okay. Well, here's the backs. And they are reversible if that's important to you. The cardstock is kind of standard plain cardstock, whatever they use on, like, probably 300 GSM, maybe 310 tops. So it's not super slick, but it's light enough. So they'll riffle shuffle nicely. So yeah, very interesting little deck, and exciting news about the Fantastic Menagerie from Baba Studios coming back. If we only knew when. So, and that's probably going to be a while, because I know they are working on a new Baroque Bohemian Cats deck, and they're doing all new layouts. They've got, you know, they're making new costumes and new cat models and just everything. So I think it's going to be significantly different from the existing Baroque Bohemian Cats. So I'll have to keep an eye out for that one. And yeah, so I hope you like this. Let me know what you think down in the comments. And if you haven't already, please subscribe and like. And if I get brave later, I'll actually put my mug on camera and do a VR. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. I wish you all a great weekend, and blessed be.